Hello, hello. I am so excited to be here with you today. Welcome, welcome. I am excited to shed light on this for all of you that have been wondering, why is it that on Valentine's Day I'm still single? I'm here for you. And I really want to shed light on this topic. I feel like this year we had an extra long Valentine's Day since it was in the middle of the week, right? It landed on a Wednesday. And, a lot of people, while they were celebrating during the week, they also took to the weekend to really celebrate and make those Valentine's Day plans. So, for many of you ladies that are part of the community, we've had a lot of conversations throughout the week on, it's Valentine's Day. It feels like this is the longest Valentine's Day ever. And I'm not feeling exactly great about it. So I want to have this conversation openly with all of you on why you're still single for Valentine's Day. And a couple of different things came up as I spoke to you all. So, like I said, I really want to make this a space where we could talk about, what you're going through and what are some of the ways that you can, shed light on what's truly important. So, for those of you ladies that are hoping to have a committed relationship, that are hoping to meet the right person to connect with on that level, to build something genuine, something real, this is something you want to pay close attention to. So once again, welcome to all of you that are coming in. Don't forget to say hello in the comments. Let me know where you're joining from. For those of you that are brand new to me, welcome. I'm Christina. I'm a love and relationship coach, and I help driven and ambitious women break through toxic relationships so that they can heal, renew their trust and love, and attract someone that's genuine, who's looking for a committed and healthy relationship. So I'm super excited once again to have this conversation because I did receive a lot of messages throughout the week. And even up until this morning, I was going through my inbox and a lot of messages asking me, like, why? Why am I still single? Why is this still happening to me? Why has it felt like a slap in the face to have like almost a week long Valentine's Day this year? And I want to shed light on this. I want to really talk about why you're still single, right? Why are you still single? For many of you that have been in toxic relationships, this could be the time where you are just healing. You are just taking time for yourself to kind of regroup and process everything that you've been through. So really be kind to yourself. This is not a bad thing. And this is why I want to have this conversation to kind of reframe how we're looking at this being single situation, right? Being single is a blessing for many of you. It's a relief from being in toxic cycles and being in toxic relationships. It's the first time that you've actually been able to be with yourself, to get to know yourself better, to get to love on yourself, right? And that's not to say that these aren't things that we continue to do even when we are in relationships, but it's the first time that you might be exploring it, that you might be really taking it seriously, that, everyone's out here looking for that special one and they don't realize like you are that special one. You're the most important person in your life, right? Even those of you that have children, right? I'm a mom myself, so I know. But if I don't take care of myself, if I don't do what I need to do for me, I can't possibly be there for her emotionally, mentally, physically, right? So let's have some grace with ourselves and let's be honest, let's be open. For those of you that are looking for that relationship, that want that companionship, there's a couple of ways to look at this and to answer the question, right? Why am I still single? So for those of you, once again, that have just experienced a toxic relationship, that are currently still trying to gather what happened and process all of the things that happened, I want to remind you, like, you made it out, right? You made it out. You're here. You survived the trauma, you survived the abuse, you survived the toxicity, and you're here. You're here to learn, you're here to grow, you're here to expand and learn how to have healthy relationships, right? For those of you that are tired of the toxic patterns, you know, one guy after the other with the same kind of toxic activities, right? You have the opportunity now to break free, to say, I want something different, right? And for many of you that are still single, right? That are actively healing, dating, getting to know other people, because that's part of healing, right? Meeting new people, being able to acknowledge and become self aware of you being more discerning with who you give your time and energy to, being able to acknowledge, no, I have certain standards, I have certain boundaries, and I'm not gonna settle for less, right? For those of you ladies that are in that process of dating and getting to know each other, once again, give yourself some grace. You are doing the work. You are going out there. You realize that healing is not just taking time for yourself, but it involves, you know, putting yourself out there, coming face to face with men and knowing how to speak to them, knowing, you know, how to have your boundaries and standards in place. And that's part of healing, right? Having those conversations where you're open and vulnerable about what you're thinking or what you're feeling and sharing that with someone else. That is also part of the healing. That is also part of becoming this new woman that has a healthy relationship, that can voice what she's feeling, that can, you know, step into this new version of herself. No longer, right, the victim of toxic relationships, but this new empowered woman that is openly exercising healthy relationships. So I want you guys to realize this and you know, give yourselves grace and really actually honor yourselves, right? This is something to celebrate. Like, you're single because you're unwilling to compromise yourself anymore, because you're dedicated to building something that's real, that's healthy, that's genuine, right? Take this moment to honor yourself, to celebrate yourself. Like, you're not just single, right? You're not just single because you're single. You have chosen to be single because you know that the next relationship, the next person that you give your time and energy to, that is aligned with what you want to create in the world, the kind of relationship, the kind of partnership, the kind of family you want to bring forth. So you're mindful of that. And that's something that you need to celebrate, to be, once again, not down about, but really honed into, like, I'm doing it. I'm on my way to already having a healthy relationship because I'm not settling for less. I'm not, you know, reverting to my old patterns and just, you know, compromising myself because I don't want to be lonely for one night out of the year, right? Because let's be honest, it's the pressure that, right, perhaps this holiday creates, where you see all the happy couples, right, out and about. But the reality is, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know their situation, but you do know yours. You know that you're on this path of healing from past toxic relationships, of healing from possible narcissists, and healing from, you know, trauma from your childhood. And that's not to be taken lightly, right? So once again, acknowledging that. So if you are on this healing path, on this journey where you're out and you're dating and you're meeting new people, and you recognize, you know, I'm single for Valentine's Day, but it's because I know exactly what I want. It's because I'm on the wavelength of the kind of relationship that I want, not willing to settle or compromise myself. And then there's the other, right, the other side of the coin, where perhaps you're comfortable, perhaps you're frustrated, and you're comfortable in your singledom, right? You rather be single than with, you know, someone that you don't want to compromise yourself for. And the thing is that, of course, that is the idea, right? It is better to be single than in an unhealthy relationship, in a toxic relationship, in a mentally, emotionally, and physically abusive relationship. Absolutely, it's better to be alone. But the truth is, if you're hiding yourself, right, because you're expecting it to be the same again, if you're hiding yourself and avoiding, right, like going on dates or avoiding meeting new people just for the sake of, being comfortable, that's not going to allow you to grow. So I do want to be mindful. Like I said, there's the other side of the coin. If you're in a pity party about it, oh, I'm single, and you can't wait to tell everyone about it, right? And not necessarily in a good way where you're celebrating it, but where you're downplaying it and you're upset and sad about it, then you have to ask yourself, what are you doing about it? Because it does require for you to build a relationship, right? To meet new people, to put yourself out there, to put yourself in environments where you're most likely to meet people that you're going to connect with on a deeper level. So I want to shed light on that, because let's not get it twisted, right? As I shared in one of our other conversations, healing is a verb, it's an action. So even in you getting to go out and meet new people, there's healing in that. There's healing in new interactions and new experiences, and not just kind of ruminating in the past and staying stuck and reliving the past, right? So I want to shed light on that. It could be that you're choosing to be single because you're still not ready. And that's okay, right? Once again, that's okay. But being mindful of what that means, right? Of how do you move forward from that? Because what you don't want is stagnation. It's okay to be where you are. And it's okay to be there, right? For a little bit. But then you have to ask yourself, how do I get ready for the next step? What do I need to do to feel ready? To once again, put up that dating profile, or go to the salsa classes, or, go and enroll in a new course at a university, a continuing education course, or an art course, or whatever floats your boat. They have coffee making courses, they have paint and sips. Like, there's so many things for you to get out there now and get involved in, that it's like, you need to know what it's going to take for you to take that next step. Because a lot of the times, and a lot of what I noticed in these conversations I was having, is women feeling comfortable and not wanting to be bothered, as if having that healthy relationship was a bother. So then you really have to ask yourself, do you even want that relationship, right? What's the motivation behind it? Is it just because society's telling you, or is it because you genuinely want that companionship? You genuinely want someone who uplifts you, who supports you, who you can build a family with. So all of these are important questions to ask yourself when you're thinking about, once again, putting yourself out there on the dating sites, or putting yourself back in the dating pool. And really, what are your motivations? Because of course, if you're just looking, right, to go have fun, or you're looking, it's a lot different than what it's going to look like if you're just looking to go have fun, than if you're looking to actually connect with someone and build a relationship. So being mindful of your motivations, of your intentions, is going to allow you to proceed and figure out, right, what the next step is. If you're feeling stuck in this area, I'm going to invite you to reach out, because this is one of the things and one of the ways that I support the women when they work with me in my Rewrite Your Love Story program. This is about rewriting your love story, right? Not falling back into old patterns or settling for less, but actually moving forward and holding those standards and holding that next level vision of the kind of life, the kind of relationship, the kind of love you want to experience. So I just wanted to remind you, ladies, for the occasion of Valentine's Day, where there's a lot of social pressures to already have the relationship, to already have the partner, to already have all these things, is really having your own back first. Not letting yourself, right? Because we are our worst critics, but not letting yourself get yourself down about still being single, and certainly not letting anyone else, have you be down about being single, when you know the kind of journey that you're on, the path that you're on, the relationship you want. And if you don't, you're here trying to figure it out. You're here looking for the support that you need to build a healthy relationship because you're tired of the toxicity. You're tired of the guys that just want to use you or bed you and really have nothing to offer. So, once again, I want to celebrate you all. I want to honor you all and remind you that if you are still single, if you are single on Valentine's Day, right, it's a choice. It's a choice, and it's a choice that you can look at through a positive perspective where you know what you're working towards, you know the kind of relationship you want, and you are open and out there, in the expectancy that your person is coming. Or you might be comfortable. And this might be a little bit of a wake up call. If you are feeling that desire to have a healthy relationship, that desire to be in a committed relationship, and you want it to be wholesome, you want it to be genuine, you want it to be real, then once again, reach out. I'd love to support you ladies in this. This is what we do in the Rewrite Your Love Story program. And it's been such a blessing to see how life changing different people's relationships, not just with their partner, but with themselves, have become. So, as a reminder, if you're feeling right, you're still single for Valentine's Day, remember you have you. You have you, and you are the most important, the most significant, special person in your life. And the kind of relationship that you want is going to honor that. So, as I always say, remember to choose love, to choose you, choose love, stay blessed, and I will see you soon.